Hello everybody, this is the first guitar video for the rock band class. In this video I'm going to talk about holding your instrument, holding your pick, a little bit about the parts of the instrument and get up and running on reading the music that we'll be doing in the first and second lesson. All right, first thing I want to talk about is you're sitting on your chair. It's better for you when you practice to sit in a chair as opposed to sitting on your bed or cross-legged on the floor. The chair should be at the right height so that your legs create a flat surface to put your guitar on. You don't want to be sitting on such a high chair that your legs are kind of dangling down like this. Now I know you can't quite see my legs, but it's flat here. And so I have good posture. I'm up on the edge of the chair. My legs are flat. Feet are flat on the floor. I grab my guitar. Now today I'm using my acoustic guitar, but some of you may have electric guitar. It's the same thing. I put the guitar right on my right leg, and my arm goes over the top here, and then I am close to where I can play the strings. My left hand is going to be on the neck here. Now I'm going to bring it in a little closer so you can see a close-up of what's going on. Okay, so here is my guitar. This is the acoustic guitar. I could be using the electric, and if you have an electric, it's going to be pretty much the same thing, except the sound comes out through your amplifier. Now, the guitar parts that we need to know about. We've got tuners, we have strings, and I put my finger, the strings are stretched over a fingerboard, and I put my fingers on the fingerboard. That's this darker thing here. And then the sound comes out on this guitar on a sound hole. The strings are stretched over a bridge and connected to a tailpiece. Behind the fingerboard, we call this the neck, and you put your thumb on the neck. And then across the fingerboard, we have metal pieces called frets. This is the first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret. When you play guitar, you rest your right arm over the guitar and just let it rest there. You don't want your arm way down here or anything like this. We just kind of rest it there, and you play between the hole and the bridge. When you hold your pick, you just let your hand go natural, just kind of, it naturally curls like this. And you bring your thumb up to your index finger. I'll do that this way too. You see my hand is naturally curled. I just bring my thumb up there. Now I'm making kind of a, you might see what looks like a T, thumb and index finger. And I just stick that pick in between there so that when I bring it up to my guitar, the pick tip is pointing towards the strings, and I can play the strings, and I can pick one string at a time, like that. Okay, we have 6 strings. We number them from the skinniest string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each of those 6 strings do have a name, a letter name. Now, I'm going to identify the strings from here. So this is the E, the A, D, G, B, and E string. So, and we learn in class that a little phrase to help you remember the names of the strings. Elvis ate donuts. Goodbye, Elvis. That's the E, A, D, G, B, E. Now, I already told you that you have 4 fingers. Finger 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't, and this is your thumb. When you play a note on the guitar, you can either play an open string, which means you don't put any fingers down. Here I am playing the 4th string open. Here I'm playing the 3rd string open. If I want to put a finger down on a string to make a different note, you need to know what finger 1, 2, 3, or 4, and what fret and what string to put that finger on. So for example, I might say, put your first finger on the 1st string at the 1st fret. That might sound like this. Take my index finger and I put it on that 1st string, not on top of the fret, but right behind it. And then I strike that string. That is the 1st finger on the 1st string, 1st fret. So when we start working on reading, we'll first learn to read on the D string, open, and the G string, open. And then when you start to put your fingers down on the strings to get some of the notes, I want you to learn two notes that you're going to finger. First one I want you to learn is the E. An index finger is put on the D string at the second fret. So finger 1, 4th string, 2nd fret. That is an E. And it's found on the lowest line, the first line of the treble clef. So this is E. And now, to get the next note, which is F sharp, we're going to put our 2nd finger down and then our 3rd finger down. All 3 fingers down on the 4th string. And 1 finger per fret. Index fingers on the 2nd fret, 2nd fingers on the 3rd fret, 3rd fingers on the 4th fret. And so we have an F sharp. And that's found on the first space of the treble clef. So we have F sharp, it's the 3rd finger. E is the 1st finger. And then we also have D as an open string. Again, the open 4th string is D. 1st finger on the 2nd fret is E. 3rd finger is F sharp. And we've already talked about the 3rd string being the G. Those are the first 4 notes we're going to work on in our reading exercises 1 through 6. Now I'm going to play a couple of those for you so you hear what they sound like. All right, so here's example number 1, or exercise number 1. It's just the D string. And you're going to see quarter notes and quarter rest. Now the D is found below the staff of the treble clef, right below the first line. And it's the 4th string. And I'm going to pick down, up, down, up. Down for the first note, up for the second. We call that alternate picking. I don't need to use my left hand at all. It's all open strings. So here is example number 1. Again, you can kind of lightly touch the bridge back here so you have an anchor point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's example number 1. Now number 2 uses the G. Again, it's an open string. It's the 3rd string. We have Elvis ate donuts good. Here's the G. All right, so this is example number 2. And it goes same rhythm, just a different string. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now number 3 uses the D and the G, or the G and the D notes. Number 4, I'm going to skip that one for now. Number 4 uses the F sharp. Now remember, I taught you a moment ago, the F sharp is the 3rd finger on the 4th string, and I'm at the 4th fret. When I play this, my fingers are nicely curled, my thumb is on the back of the neck, and kind of looks like a C. Just take my hand, and I put my thumb there. Do not let your palm come up to the back of the neck. Don't let your thumb go parallel with the fingerboard in the neck, but behind, and the thumb is actually perpendicular. So I have my 3rd finger down for the F sharp. Here's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to jump down and do number 5. Now this uses F sharp and D. So F sharp is the 3rd finger down on the 4th fret. D is the open. All this is on the 4th string. Here's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll let you do these other exercises by yourself. I'd like you to practice those before a lesson and just be able to play the open string D, the open string G, and on the D string, be able to play your D, E, and F sharp notes. Very good. So part of the time in our class, we'll be learning to read melodies one note at a time. The other times, guitar players play chords. And so we'll be working on chords. Now, a chord is two or more notes played together at the same time. Here is a chord. All those notes sounded at the same time. It's not a very pretty chord, but it's a chord. Maybe I could do a two-note chord. And that would be fine also. We're going to play two different chords to start with. One is called the D, and the other is the A. What you do is you put, for a D chord, put your index finger on the third string at the second fret. Put your second finger on the first string at the second fret, and your third finger on the second string at the third fret. Now I know that's a lot of words, so look at the picture that you've got there and it'll identify how to play that chord. Now we're going to hold that chord down. Now it to be on the tips of our fingers, the fingers nicely bent, with the tips coming right down on the string, and I'm going to strum from the fourth string, which is the D string. So here I go, and that's what your D chord should sound like. Okay? The other chord you have is the A chord. The way you get to an A is if you leave your index finger down where it is on that second fret of the third string, put the second finger on the fourth string at the second fret, and the third finger on the second string at the second fret. So all three fingers are down in the second fret. And this is the A, so we strum it from the fifth string, the A string. You want to try to get each note to ring nice and clean. And so remember, I'm on the tips of my fingers, my thumb is on the back of the neck, my palm is not against the neck like that, but it's just like this, and I strum down from the A string. And then to go back to the D, I leave my index finger down on that third string, and my other fingers come back down, and I'm on a D. So you might try an example where you strum the D chord for two measures, or 8 beats, and then you go to an A chord, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And I go back to the D. You want to be able to practice going back and forth. That'll help you be able to play any of the songs we're going to be doing. All right, so to wrap it all up for now, we've talked about the parts of the guitar, how to hold your guitar, the string names and string numbers, how to play the first couple notes on your guitar, and how to play the first couple chords. That's a lot of stuff. It'll get easier after a while, but that's the beginning thing that you need to know. So look forward to seeing you in class. Good luck.